Hello. So, hey, welcome to the Beef and Barnzy Show featuring me and only me. Chris had an appointment today and couldn't make it. So we are going to, I'm going solo. So bear with me. Please make sure you fire the questions in. I'm going to have a little bit of a review of last night's PBA 50 show. Wow, what a display those guys put on last night. Strikes for days. And then I'm going to have a quick preview of the PBA playoffs this weekend. Hey, Jason, what's up? First comment, thanks a lot. We've got the bracket here. I've got it pulled up, so I will bring that up. We can discuss our picks as to who we think is going to win, and probably get them all wrong because that's just the way sport is. And then, of course, the PWBA starts tomorrow. I believe. I think they're practicing today, and it starts tomorrow. So lots of bowling going on right now, which is cool. So yeah. Hey, Barney. Hey, Nacho. Yeah, Hassan, that really sucked. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, the stepladder kind of got underway for us when Chris came in against Dennis Rakaukas. And Chris took care of that game pretty easily. He had one pretty bad shot. Well, hello. One pretty bad shot. And... but pretty much took it over. Yeah, he shot 250, I believe, with a ball change in the 10th. Then on came Haugen, and Mike was playing the lanes pretty straight, and Chris was he was curving it pretty good. He was using a hustle PBR. I think Mike was using a pandemonium, and. Yeah, I mean, what a game. I haven't seen a match like it. I'm sure that would definitely have been one that they'd want to watch on TV again. I was a little disappointed that Haugen, when he got the second shot in the 10th to shut Barnes out, didn't turn around and scream, "You're not winning your first on me, no way." I think that would have been kind of full circle. BNS, that's what Pete Weber did to Haugen when he had the front 9 or 10 at him. I think he had the front 10 to shut him out, 289, 279. But yeah, Chris got the horrible break in the first frame, leaving the stone 8. Couldn't really do much about it then. Threw 8 near perfect shots. Haugen just got up in the 10th and struck out and said, "Thanks very much." Then Haugen went to the next match against Jason Couch. Couch came on. He started off pretty good. I think he threw one bad shot also. Got away with it somewhat, left the 3-9. And Haugen just struggled a little bit with a bit of transition coming on the right lane. It looked like he got maybe a little slow with the first one. But it turns out that it was probably the lane that slowed it down a little more than he expected. Because the next shot, I think he threw it harder and it still hooked just as much. So he went strike, 4-pin, strike, 4-pin. And then Couch got up in the 9th and 10th and shut him out. So it ended up being 78 to 260. So, wow, that was quite the strike fest. Haugen missed twice on the TV show and didn't come away with the title. So that was pretty nice. Same for Chris. Chris basically missed twice in his 2 matches. So, yeah. Brian Poga says, "Damn, I wanted to hear Chris complain, rightfully so, about the PBA looking like the Saspa Tour." I shot 289 2 days. Couldn't even do 290. But, man, it's bad when you shoot that high and it still isn't enough. Yeah. I mean, it really sucks. I guess the only thing you can take from it is you did as much as you could do. Sometimes the other guy's just that one hit better. And for Chris, I mean, it's going to hurt a little bit extra because of the way it was that first frame. I mean, Stone 8, the first frame, you don't think it's going to make that much difference, and then it turned out to be the whole match. Yes, exactly. It's amazing how different that game might have gone just for that one 8-pin falling over. It was still pretty exciting as far as I was concerned. Imagine how excited it'd have been if Haugen had gone strike and the first one of the 10th, and then he Stone 8 for 289, and then Chris could have got up and shot 290. That would have been exciting. So yeah. But more bowling rolls on. PBA playoffs coming up this weekend. There's 2 live shows, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Just a second. What does it take nowadays? His last 2 times on the step ladder is averaging 279, and both of the losses. Are you sure that there's not using the play no house shot? Yeah, that's he's on a good run right now. I mean, the thing is these things go around and come around. Sometimes you're going to win with 180. So maybe it's just, I mean, the one difference is when he did it in Jonesboro, the scores weren't very high in Jonesboro. At least this week, he knew what he was expecting. You know, he kind of expected that. The scores were really high all week, and then they would just continue to be high on the step ladder. The Jonesboro one was a little rougher than this one. Anyway, let's bring up the bracket. So here it is. I believe that it's the left side of the bracket. There's going to be the 2 live shows this weekend. I think this show here is Saturday. This one is Sunday. So, yeah, let's go through it. Can we watch the PBA playoffs on Bowl TV? No, you cannot. No. There's no way to watch any of the PBA stuff that's not USBC stuff on Bowl TV. If you're out of the country, you can watch the PBA playoffs on Flow. But if you're in the States, it's available on Fox Sports 1, FS1. There it is. So first up, it's going to be Troop against Anderson. I think I'm going to lean towards Kyle in that one. Although Andrew is the ultimate underdog in this. He's got absolutely nothing to lose. He's been bowling really well this year, and he got the free ride with Belmo dropping out. So Mr. 17 became Mr. 16. So So we'll see. I still like Troop in that matchup. Simonson against Thomas Larson. Yes, Russell, that's correct. PWBA is on Bowl TV and all of the USBC tournaments. Any idea what they were bowling this on? I think they used Don Carter last year, but I'm not 100% sure. Hey, Jake, the left side of the bracket is live. The right side of the bracket isn't. I believe that the next live show after the two over here is going to be the final four, is my understanding. I believe that they're going there this weekend and they're going to tape down to the final four. So these two shows here are going to be live. These two are going to be taped. And then the two shows for the top 8 are going to be two shows either side for the top 8 are going to be recorded, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, Simonson against Larson. I mean, Simonson's been really good in the playoffs the last few years. I think he likes the format. I think having the mentality to like that format is pretty crucial, the one-game matches. So I am going to – oh, there you go. Someone says it's Carmen Salvino is the pattern they're using this year. I'm going to take Simonson. Frankie against Dick. I'm going to take Frankie. And then Butteroff against O'Neill. Again, I'm going to go with O'Neill just because I think that having the experience of bowling good in the playoffs, and Bill has been first and second the last 2 years in the playoffs. Hey, Adam, thanks for the support. I might make it when they make it more than 16. Vi against Ascona. I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult to vote against Vi right now. Although, if Christian can use that that favorite ball of his, he might have a chance of causing some damage. Prather against Tackett. Again, I'm going to take Prather just because of the playoffs, and I think that he just seems to perform better on TV than EJ. Even though I lean towards thinking that EJ is probably the better of the two bowlers, I just feel like Prather feels much more comfortable on TV. Doherty against Sterner. I mean, that could be. I guess that one for me really goes down to Doherty's health. So maybe I'll take Sterner in that one because we just don't know how Tom's back's going to be. And then Svensson against Cooley. I mean, depending on what the left's like, I still like Svensson. I like Svensson in that match. So I'm going to go Troop, Simo, Lavoie, O'Neill, Vi, Prather, Sterner, and Svensson. That's going to be my top 8. No update. I don't know that Tom would be throwing out updates. I think he's quite happy to keep that under the radar. Hey Brian, that's actually that's the regional version, so it really depends on how it works. The patterns are a little different for the national tour than they are for the ones that are published. You're taking Vi. Oh, so you're taking just chalk. Hey William, how's it going? Hope everything's good with you. Congratulations. We've missed you the last few weeks. You've had a pretty good. You've had a pretty good reason to be missing the shows, though. Hey, love. Love Jones. Tom won't be backing out. I'm just saying that his back might not feel good. Because his wife is due to give birth and he's going to spend 2 weeks in a hotel when he gets back. So he didn't want to have to. It would get too close was the problem. Let's see if we got. So he's taking Troop, Larson, Lavoie, and O'Neill. Frankie and Dick will be a good match. Yeah, it's the maybe. Yeah, it's the 2 lowest rev rates in the whole thing playing each other, so that could be entertaining. Anderson's playing with house money. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes the guy with nothing to lose is the hardest one to beat. No, Mike, absolutely not. It's professional bowling. I think that whole thing's ridiculous, but whatever. No, and he's going to be able to bowl. There's no way he's not going to bowl. So, William, despite Kyle's name being here, you still spelled it wrong. Attaboy. Well, there we go. How you doing, boss? You're going to be safe and say Lavoie for the win? Well, there you go. That might. So I'm guessing you're thinking that Frankie's going to win Player of the Year then if you're going that route. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that, William. So yeah, I don't really. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who's going to come out on top from this. Yeah. I mean, 1 game matches are such coin flips that that it's hard to say. I do apologize. That was actually Chris messaging me. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Frankie versus Vi in the final. Yeah, maybe that'd be another. That would be another showdown for Player of the Year. So, Player of the Year, how's it looking right now? Well, right now it is. I would say that it's probably Doherty is a slight leader with having the 2 titles, followed by Frankie and Troop, for no real particular reason, I guess, and Vi. Vi is the model of consistency. He's made all of the more of the major shows. I mean, I guess he didn't really make the players, even though he did. So he made 3 in a row. Troops made 3. I think Frankie made the 2, and Doherty made just the 1. But like I say, Doherty had the extra title. So I actually think that not that much is going. I mean, I guess if one of those guys wins the playoffs, it's going to really that's really going to kind of push them over the edge. But at the same time, if they don't, I feel like the 4 of them are so close, really, that it'll really go down to how things go on the summer tour, which is kind of unusual for player of the year. Usually nobody really cares about the summer tournaments in terms of player of the year. That's often because Belmo's already won 2 majors. So the real spanner in the works could happen if Thomas Larson was to win the playoffs. Then that would put the cat amongst the pigeons, as they would say in England. No, Rick, I believe it's just fresh for the first match of the show. And from my understanding, and I'm not 100% sure, I think that they're going to do the matches. So I think that Buttroff versus O'Neill will be the first match on the show, and Svensson versus Cool will be the first match on that show. If Tom stays with what he was doing last year, which is to put, if there's a lefty on the show, they put them on the first match because that's the fresh match. So both sides were fresh. Wow, Buff, that's a little rough. Whoa. I mean, I think it was kind of overblown how much that was played in, to be honest. But I mean, whatever. It's a fun narrative, I guess, but I think it's a little unfair. Yeah, maybe so. Financially speaking, yes, but you can't really compare winning the shootout to winning a regular title. Doherty won a major and a regular title. A regular title has to, for most people, a regular title is going to outweigh the shootout. I understand that financially speaking, it won't, but like for who we think is the better one, I think a regular title is going to be better than the shootout. I don't know what the total prize fund is, but it's 100,000 for first. Troop wins it all. He may well do. William, he misses AAJJ. Yes, well, check out his match with Barnes. There's definitely some troll-worthy action in that one. Yeah, I know, but there's been a lot of it recently, so it's yeah. I'm trying to defend my guy Tom there. Is it me, or when Larson is in his backswing, his arm looks like it's going to fold in half? Yeah. Thomas is definitely very flexible. I almost wonder if he's a little double jointed. There you go. We cannot look at the shootout for the player of the year race. It's Chris Barnes' favorite type of event, gimmicks. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to play a role. I just don't think it's going to be the be all and end all. Like, I don't think you get, like, if Frankie and Troop at the end of the season are pretty close, then I think that the fact that Frankie beat him in that match for the cheddar, you know, that's going to weigh in on it. I mean, I just don't know how it can't, but also, in the end, most people have decided who they're going to vote for player of the year before a lot of the results come in. So, For such a big guy, can sulk like a little girl sometimes. Wow, Russell. I mean, I'll just say he can sulk. I won't use like a little girl. So yeah, and then PWBA starts today. They're in Minneapolis, or well, they're in Minnesota, I should say. So that's exciting. Having the ladies back on tour. They they haven't had an event since 2019. Well, I've been reading Verity's Facebook too much. Verity hasn't bowled an event since 2019, but they had the original. They had the events in January down in Arlington at the Bubble, and so this is going to be the first regular event coming up. It should be pretty good to see it back. Basilo seems happy that he's going to get to see Clara. I'm sure you're not on your own. Thanks, Cody. He says that the prize fund is 160, 24, 10, and 5. Of course, you should bowl Lubbock. Always. Yeah, Verity's in for this one. I think that Daria has to miss this one, and then she's going to be at the next one, which I believe is in Lincoln, but I'm not 100% sure. Verity will win a title this year. I mean, I hope so, but I mean, winning isn't very easy. Like bowling good isn't anywhere near as difficult as actually winning. There aren't that many spots, and when you get a dominant player like Shannon O'Keefe on the tour and she wins 3 or 4 times, it makes it really difficult. She said I've got to go with Dan. Now she's dating cousin EJ. Okay. I'm not sure that Callie Kulik's actually bowling on the ladies tour this year. Is Tina bowling any of the PWBA events this year? No, I think she's I think she's done after the she bowled in Arlington. But I don't think she's going to bowl any others. Yeah, stop 2 is in Lincoln. Oh god, here we go. Mind you, the best watch at the end of the match was you and Chapman. Tough loss for the bloke, but you scoring at the back and getting your ass hit by Spencer made you spit out your tea. Yeah. Jesper was just giving me a well done. I didn't even really notice that he did that, to be honest. My wife says no, she's not bowling. Hey John, thanks for tuning in. William, hashtag Mrs. Beef Stew for PWBA stops. Hey William, have you rethought about whether you should actually get back and hold some tournaments now you've got a kid? You're looking to get out of it? Maybe you should hold some tournaments. Cody, I know that that you're talking to my wife. Just a yes for love tap. Yep, exactly. How many bowls in the world actually make a profit after all the expenses? Good question. No idea. I think it's more than 25 though. My wife says I only need to get my teeth kicked in by a 16-year-old once to know that you should hang them up. Thomas will be back in June. You sure you don't want to hold one this weekend, William? I mean, I'm sure you're dying to get out and get some breathing room. I mean, maybe you can deal with crying bowlers as opposed to crying babies. Oh, Adam, you're so boring. So yeah, that's I don't know. Anybody have any more questions for me? I think that pretty much wraps it up. Like I say, check out Bowl TV this weekend for the ladies stuff. I'm not 100% sure. Let's just 1 second. Let's see when Chris is next back on the lanes with the PBA. I know it's a major coming up as the next tournament. He starts on Sunday. I imagine that's practice. Schedule. Yeah, so Chris starts Monday. Monday the 26th. Chris is on A squad. So Monday the 26th. When is Roto Grip dropping a new ball? I would guess Ball Expo, but I'm not sure. I'm 100% not giving you any insider information there. That's just my best guess. I appreciate it. When is the PBA League? I'm not 100% sure the PBA League's happening this year, but don't quote me on that. That's just my thoughts from what I've read and what has been said. Yes, Cody, I'm going to Shawnee. I'm thinking I might record all of my games from that and give and do a recap for our YouTube channel. Trying to find some different content that people like. People seem to mainly like the bowling stuff. Us bowling rather than us talking. So maybe I'll combine the two. How about Haugen having Barnzys number? Yeah. It does seem that way at the minute. To be fair, though, I mean, if you only play the guy every 12 years, is it really having his number? I mean, that Stone 8 made a big difference. It's next weekend, Rick. So is that the 1st and 2nd? Where are you right now? If it's close, are you back in Topeka? Yes, Josh. Cleaner balls in general are the covers that skid the most. So think about shinier balls, often pearl balls, hybrid balls. It can also be the balls that a ball with a smaller core can be considered a clean ball because it doesn't flare as much, so it'll get further down the lane before it'll want to like turn over. So cleaner balls in general, when we're talking about cleaner balls, think about balls like high road pearls, hustle wraps, balls that really skid down the lane. I'm sure Barnes was thinking about that at some point in the match, though. I think he thought about it right before as John Webber introduced Haugen as the 2008 Tournament of Champions winner. Barnes even made a little bit of a note. Hey, Frank, I don't really know what it means. So I guess I think it's good, but I'd love to know what that actually meant because I haven't really seen it written in black and white. It was just more buzzwords that I saw from the IBF's press release. It was things of like, we'll make bowling better and, we'll bring our whatever to it. There wasn't really what that actually meant in real terms. Now, maybe I just missed it, but from what I've seen, that's what I heard. Any new Roto Grip balls coming out, and do you know any discontinued balls? I believe the US UFO got discontinued. If you go on the Roto Grip website, you can see which balls got discontinued because you can just see what's there. They update the website pretty quickly, so it just tells you what's there. Okay, pre-COVID balls. I guess I missed something else. Insight still. No, the Insight was never really my favorite. It's an okay ball, but nothing. I prefer to use the Rubicon. I think that the nuclear cell was already gone beforehand, but yes, the nuclear cell is gone as well. Okay, so we got a press release from the USB-C today, and spectators are allowed back in. So I wonder how that. I wonder if that's going to affect. Is that just for nationals, or does that affect? Let's see if I can find this press release easily. And of course, oh, okay, here we go. Right, let's share this. Share screen. Chrome tab. Oh, that's not going to be big enough. Anyway, it says the USB-C has received approval from state and local officials to allow limited spectators for the USB-C Open Championships and the Women's Championships in Reno. Each of South Point's venues has been approved for 150 spectators. The Women's Championship will be also approved 150. Staff at the venue will constantly monitor. So that's good news. This does not impact PWBA, which continue to require COVID testing and no spectators. So that answered both of my questions in one go. So there are no spectators at the PWBA still. There are going to be spectators, 150 spectators. Sounds like quite a lot. The only time I would think that might become slightly an issue is if people who are bowling the next squad want to get a lucky see on what's going on. That might be the only time. That might be the only time that it causes some issues. But that's basically stopped most of the complaining that's been going on. So hopefully people can find something else to complain about because, they're pretty versatile. The regular Rubicon as opposed to the Insight, the UC2 is way more angular. I was just talking between those two balls. I actually prefer the UC2 overall, but between the Rubicon and the Insight, I prefer the Rubicon. Yeah, check it out. Like I say, I'm not really sure what it meant. There was just a lot of buzzwords from the press release I saw. No, it did not. But with that being in Vegas, that might make more sense. So I guess keep your eyes peeled for that one. I don't understand. What don't you understand, Todd? Maybe you can just tell me which part you don't understand, and then we can go from there. How does the UC2 compare to the Zen? For me, the UC2 is cleaner, and it's more angular down the lane. The Zen is earlier for me. It's quite strong for a shiny ball, but it's a little smoother down the lane than the UC2. Again, I guess I'm not really following. I guess you're complaining about them not being allowed spectators in the bowling centers. I don't know. I don't make the decisions. I know that some places are not allowed. I've got capacity issues. And that's causing some of the issues. And it's also really difficult to try and keep everybody away from getting the virus. I mean, if you're gonna be testing people going in, you can't then really allow spectators. It just doesn't really make sense. So, and by having the the vaccine, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't carry the virus or spread the virus. So I get it. I mean, there's a lot of ways to see both sides. And I don't know is the answer. I would lean towards probably, but I really don't know. Sorry, Nacho. No, Chris isn't available today. He is making an appearance, so he can't make it today. How would you compare the Zen to the Idol Pro? They're not even very close at all, to be honest. The Idol Pro was solid. It was kind of smooth, but not really that strong. The Zen is way stronger for me overall and way more angular. So yeah, Zen is pretty popular right now. Seems to be back ordered every time, which is great. Is music to my ears. So all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry that the pretty one didn't join us today. I assure you it didn't have anything to do with him not winning yesterday. Is there any reason we haven't seen much of the Parallax effect yet? I just think timing of when it came out, we didn't really get much chance to use them on tour. I've actually put together some stuff and I've just been too lazy to edit the video. So maybe that'll give me the motivation to get on with that, Matt, if you want to see a video on that. Yeah, and I will try and get on to getting that. What's your advice to someone who wants to be a PBA bowler? Enter some regionals, see how you get on. Oh, God, Gabriel, you're giving me a hard time. Look, I actually have. It's supposed to be hung up right there. So, Tuesday, it'll be there. We found my wife's burner account. Thank you, Chris. Tuesday, we've got our product show. So it's the product showcase show. What else have we called that show? Real Talk Reviews. So we're going to be going through a few things on that, highlighting a few of the new products. We don't actually have any brand new balls to go through, but we do have some interesting stuff to chat about. So how do you get on a TV showing? You qualify. So generally it's the top 4 or top 5 each week. There we go. I mean, what can I say? Trust me, he's doing okay for himself today with this appearance. So is Norm Duke coming back on the show anytime soon? Maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure that Norm's really that into doing it that much. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get Chris when he's out at one of the senior stops to see if he can convince him to come up. All right. Thanks, Andy. I will. All right. I'll see you guys later. We managed to make this out to 39 minutes, so I'm quite proud of myself. I will see you guys later. Take care. And yeah, see you next time. Oh, Chris isn't here, so I forgot to do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. If you get a chance, please support our sponsors: Storm, Roto Grip, 900 Global, Vice, Turbo, Coolwick, 3G Shoes, Master, Bowler's Mart, and Mark Baker Bowling. Barnes says, good show. Thanks for the help. Adios. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. All right. Bye now.